Welcome to the Hoops Culture Podcast, where we talk about all things basketball. We're back, episode 3, going strong. Love doing this. Love having podcast. It's really fun, honestly. Had one of the most, probably the most fun I've ever had doing anything, playing basketball. Just really anything, anything. But man, this has been great. I love all this, and we're gonna get started in a second. Let me just use this thing real quick. I gotta charge computer. Perfect. Alright. So last episode we graded the sorry, let me move my mic a little closer. We graded the Atlantic Division of the Eastern Conference. And relatively decent all around for all the teams, but going into the Atlantic Division, the Central Division, we have one, I think, probably the biggest. I'd say probably one of the biggest winners in the NBA, as in free agency, and the worst free agency team didn't do too bad. So we're gonna start off with, I believe, the worst off season in the division, the Indiana Pacers. Yes, Indiana Pacers. Let's recap their season a bit. Made the play-in. Really had an injury-riddled season. Not. They would have made the playoffs this year, in my opinion, if their team wasn't injury-riddled. But made the play-in. Didn't look where it wasn't healthy the entire year. Sabonis looks like he's going to be a bona fide star. Malcolm Brogdon looks like a very good point guard. And they're going to have TJ Warren back, so that's a plus. Let's see. I will go over who they added in free agency. They added one person in free agency, Torrey Craig. Championship experience, just played with the Phoenix Suns. Was a really good role player for them. He, helped shoot the three, sometimes be a good energy guy off the bench. Not a bad pickup. Via trade, did not get anybody at all, actually, but they did trade two people we will get into. The draft. This is where they more so shined. They had 2 first-round picks. With the 13th overall pick, they selected Chris Duarte. And the 22nd overall pick, they selected Isaiah Jackson. So Chris Duarte, great player, out of college, all around, a little on the older side. Let me double check. I believe he is 22 years old, or one of the more older players in the draft. 24 years old. Wow. Yes, 24 years old. Man, he is old. But the thing is that he will be NBA ready for them, which they need. They need more NBA ready guys, more role players. Isaiah Jackson will be more so of a project. Don't expect him to get too many minutes. I'd probably expect maybe like 8 to 10 minutes a game. Excuse me. I had to drink some water. But yeah, those are the guys they added. Not bad, but not good. Not amazing. Lost Amita Brima. He was waived. Aaron Holiday traded to the Wizards. A little surprised on that. He was a good player for them, I think. I believe he was a good player for them. And Doug McDermott was traded to the Spurs. So, not huge losses. I mean, Doug McDermott was giving them a good 3-point shot. Guys who are still free agents, Jakar Sampson and Cassius Stanley, 2 guys I don't think they are going to re-sign. Maybe Cassius Stanley off the qualifying offer, and that's it. But overall, I give this a C minus. Not crazy. Didn't really do anything besides get Torrey Craig and in the draft. Wasn't crazy, but they just want to run it back with the same roster, basically. with 3 newer guys. We'll see how they do. I believe they'll be back in the playoffs. Not in the playoff tournament. I think they'll be a top 6 team this year. Excuse me. And I think they'll be good. Sabonis will begin to blossom into more of a superstar, I believe, and Malcolm Brogdon will do his thing. So, Indiana Pacers, worst offseason out of the division, but if it's a C-, it's pretty good. So, we're going to move on to another team that is not injury riddled at all. Just started really good and finished really bad. That is the Cleveland Cavaliers. Cleveland Cavaliers, very, very weird offseason. I'm not gonna lie. I'll tell you. Well, based off their season, Colin Sexton and Darius Garland got better. That's all you need to know. They had the whole Andre Drummond thing. That guy he's gone, long gone, on the Philadelphia 76ers. They were involved in the James Harden trade, got Jared Allen, which was great for them because he will be their franchise center. But a lot of other things kind of make that a little questionable with what their choices were, so we'll get into that. Via free agency, did not add one person, but kind of a free agent signing, but it was more so a trade. They got Lauri Markkanen with a sign-in trade from the Chicago Bulls. Ricky Rubio from the Minnesota Timberwolves. I really don't know why. And third overall pick, they got Evan Mobley. They lost Larry Nance Jr. and Taurean Prince, 2 key guys at the team. And some free agents on the squad that are still free agents. Matthew Dellavedova, Isaiah Hartenstein, Jeremiah Martin, and Broderick Thomas. So, I have a lot to say about this team. So, you go out, you get Jared Allen in the James Harden trade. Good. You lock him up in free agency. Get him back. Sign him with a, I believe, close to a max. But you sign him. That's it. You have him locked up. But in the draft, you go and you get Evan Mobley. I don't know how that's going to fit. Evan Mobley at power forward and Jared Allen at center. I don't know if the floor spacing is going to be good. Evan Mobley has potential to be a good jump shooter. Jared Allen does not. His jumper is awful. But Evan Mobley has the potential. But then you go out during the offseason and go get Lauri Markkanen. Not good. Not good at all. I don't know where he fits into that team. I don't know what they were thinking. But man, I don't like that fit wise, because what are you going to put him on the bench? And you know damn well he wants minutes. He got minutes in Chicago. He wants minutes, man. The guy, and does he fit better with Jared Allen than Evan Mobley does? And does it like Lauri Markkanen fit with Evan Mobley? Like, it's so weird. I think they just put themselves more in a bad situation than what it already is. So, yeah, I mean, I give it a C+ because yes, you did get a top 3 recruit, arguably top 2. New rookie, start fresh, possibly be a lot better than last year. I think their goal they have to do is make the play-in tournament, get guys some playoff experience. Because man, if you're gonna, because I've heard a lot of sources say that they wanted to trade Colin Sexton. Why would you trade the best thing that's happened to you? Like, are you serious? Like, that's so stupid. Okay, he can't distribute. The man's scoring 23 to 25 points a game. You don't want that on your squad? A bona fide scorer? You have Darius Garland, who's going to distribute the ball. He's getting better. He's getting very, very good. And I think that duo will work, not on the defensive end, but you could try it out on offense. If you could score a lot of points on offense, then the defense will kind of balance it out. Man, but I don't understand what they did with Lauri Markkanen and Evan Mobley, Jared Allen. That's just so weird. It's not a good fit. Kevin Love has to be out of there also, but that's another story. I think he's a diva, but he's got to get out of there. So, Cleveland Cavaliers C+. Not not bad. They got their top three rookie, re-signed Jared Allen, and you know, got Larry Markkinen. So not bad, but just questionable on the fit. So C plus. Next, we are gonna go into the defending champs, the Milwaukee Bucks. Man, decent free agency. Not bad whatsoever. They added George Hill, Rodney Hood, and Semi Ojeleye via free agency. George Hill's coming back. Rodney Hood's looking to revive his career. I mean, damn, I feel bad. Quick throwback to like 2018. Man, he was valuable. He was a great player. Good, score the ball, create his own shot. I really like his game a lot. But man, that torn Achilles killed him. Man, I feel bad. I would love to see him get back to his old shape. But looking to revive his career, Semi Ojeleye, good guy off the bench. Via trade, they actually got Grayson Allen, from the Memphis Grizzlies. Good player. Could kind of fight for minutes a little bit with Dante DiVincenzo, but he's going to get minutes. He's a good player. NBA ready as soon as he came into the league, so I like that. In the draft, they got Sandro Mukalashvili from the Pacers, 54th overall, no first-round picks, and Georgios Kladizakis from the Pacers, 60th overall. Don't know too much about those guys. I can't say too much about that. They've lost Bryn Forbes. Bryn Forbes went back to the Spurs. Sam Merrill traded to the Grizzlies, and I think the biggest blow was losing PJ Tucker, having him signed with Miami. Man, that's unfortunate. He was a big part of their team, the culture, the reason why they won the championship. So that's gonna hurt a lot. Guys who are still free agents are Justin Jackson, Jeff Teague, and Axel Toupane. Guys, I don't think they'll bring them back, but I do like what they did during free agency and with the Grayson Allen stuff. You lose PJ Tucker, yes, that's a big blow, but he is getting older, so I understand that point to where you have to get younger with a lot of these guys like Grayson Allen, add some more youth to the team. So I give it a B minus. Not a bad off season at all. They could have done a little better, but it's average. It's good for what they did. I think they'll try to run it back, try to get a championship again, and we'll see. We'll see what happens. It's going to be tougher this year, but I think they'll be good. I think they'll be very good next year. So Milwaukee Bucks, they'll be better, even better, and we'll see what happens. Moving on to the second to last team. I think this team is going to be a surprise team next year. Not as bad as everybody thinks. And that is the Detroit Pistons. Yes, the Detroit Pistons. Free agency. They added Trey Lyles and Kelly Olynyk. Those aren't good signings. I didn't really like the Kelly Olynyk contract. I will try to go over the specifics of his contract. I could go check that real quick. I believe he did get a bit overpaid, but Olynyk contract. Damn, 3 years, $37 million. He wasn't bad. I mean, 13 points, 7 rebounds, 3 assists in 70 games. That's not bad, but some of that was inflated from when he got to Houston, because he was getting the ball actually an awful lot, which is surprising. But yeah, Trey Lyles, I think he's finished. Nobody via trade, but where they shined was the NBA draft, and this is why they're the second best. They got the best prospect, one of the best prospects we've ever seen, Cade Cunningham, first overall. Man, he's a freak, monster. He's 6'9", point guard, could do most things, future superstar in the league. They got Isaiah Livers with the 42nd overall pick. Luka Garza, underrated. I don't think he's going to be bad in the league like people are saying. He's a bit slow, yes, but he hustles. So that will make up for it. And Balsa Koparivka from 57th overall. They lost Tyler Cook, Wayne Ellington, who signed with the Lakers. Excuse me. Rodney McGruder, who they waived. Mason Plumlee traded to the Hornets. And Davidas Servitas was waived. And Dennis Smith Jr. Signed with the Portland Trailblazers training camp. Really feel bad. I don't know what happened to his career. He looked promising his first 2 years. I don't know what happened, man. He just was out of it. But I give the Pistons a B plus. You get Kane Cunningham. That's all we gotta say. He's gonna be a great player in the league, future star, future MVP candidate. You heard it here. Man, they're gonna they did a good job on that. You couldn't have messed up that first pick, but if they traded out of that, that would have been a big mistake. If he becomes a bust, you guys could go back to this video and make fun of me. So that's it. B plus. Next, this team, man, they did some work in free agency, man. They did some work. The Chicago Bulls. They had one of the best free agencies this year. I believe top 3. Man, they added so many just stars. So honestly, just to get the little climactic start to it, we'll start off with who they lost. They lost Al Farouk Aminu, traded to the Spurs. Lauri Markkanen, as we mentioned before, traded to the Cavs. Thomas Satoransky traded to the Pelicans. Garrett Temple traded to the Pelicans. Daniel Tice traded to the Rockets, and Thad Young traded to the Spurs. Guys who are still free agents, I don't think they'll re-sign. Besides one, Ryan Arcidiacono, free agent still. Cristiano Felicio, free agent. Adam Mukoka, and Denzel Valentine, who I think they will re-sign for more depth. Okay, so who they added in free agency: Tony Bradley, underrated backup center, and Alex Caruso, underrated point guard who could, facilitate a bit, play defense, very athletic. So that would be perfect for them. What they need off the bench. Now via trade, this is where we get into the juicy parts. They get Lonzo Ball from the New Orleans Pelicans, DeMar DeRozan from the San Antonio Spurs, and they get Derrick Jones Jr. from the Blazers, another athletic wing. Man, they have a really athletic team. And Ayo Dusanmu. Sorry. Oh my god, I can't pronounce that. But another good draft pick. Not bad from the second round. But man, Lonzo Ball and DeMar DeRozan, Derrick Jones Jr., Zach LaVine, Nikola Vucevic, Alex Caruso. They got an athletic team, really athletic. Shout out to my cousin Samir. He loves his off season for the Bulls. He's a Bulls fan. He'll love it. I like this team all around. I wouldn't say they're a big 3, but man, they will work perfect together. I give it an A. They had a really good offseason. Lost a couple key guys off the bench, but man, they made up for it with Lonzo Ball and DeMar DeRozan. So, and we just got a notification. Stanley Johnson has agreed to a deal with the Chicago Bulls. Wow. Thank you, Shams. But yeah, Stanley Johnson on the Bulls as well. Good defender. Nothing really else that's good, but good defender. So, that's it for this part of the video. I think they had a decent offseason for both teams. No really bad offseasons like the Boston Celtics in the last one. But yeah, not bad. Now we get into my predictions. And we got my most improved player predictions. This year, I feel like it's going to be a lot closer than other years because I think a lot of people are going to take the leap this year. But I narrowed my list down to 7 people, and I got the Vegas odds out so we could read them as I say them. So, number 7, I got Keldon Johnson from the San Antonio Spurs. Really improved himself last year. He was good player, average I believe 12 points per game. And man, I think he's going to be great for the San Antonio Spurs. Not to build around per se, but he will be a good player for them in the future. 12 points, 48% from the field, 30% from three, 33% from three, 6 rebounds, 2 assists, half a steal, and almost half a block. Not bad. Obviously, he wanted to be shooting more. No DeMar DeRozan, so he will be shooting a lot more. I think he can make the leap. Probably get around, get into like the 18 points per game, 19, 20 points. And we'll see what happens. I believe they'll make the leap. I don't think the Spurs are going to be very good, but he will make the leap. Next, into our most improved player predictions, I got RJ Barrett. Yes, RJ Barrett. Oops, I forgot to read the odds. The odds for Keldon Johnson to win most improved player of the year is plus 3,000. So pretty bad odds, but these are my opinion. I think they'll be very close. Next, RJ Barrett. RJ Barrett had a pretty good season. Not bounce back at all, because people think he had a bad season his rookie year when he clearly did not. It's just like it's like, those players everybody likes to make fun of. You know how it is. But averaged 18 points, 44 from the field, 40% from three, which is very good. 6 rebounds, 3 assists, almost a steal a game, and almost half a block. So clearly did a lot better than last year, the year before that with the percentages. But man, he's going to be a dog next year. I think he's going to get more of the keys to the offense, which will help him boost his averages up and be more a complete player. His three-point shot is improving every single year. And who knows, man, maybe he could just be knocked down from three. His odds in Vegas right now are at plus 3,000, same as Keldon Johnson. So, but I believe if you were to bet, you know what? Don't bet, guys. It's not good for you. Don't bet at all. But the Vegas odds has him as a plus 3,000. Okay. So next, underrated. This is an underrated pick right here. I got Chris Boucher from the Toronto Raptors. He will get a lot of minutes next year. He's going to start for sure. He had a great season this year, but I think he's going to be even better. I think he could get up to 15 points, 10 rebounds type stats. He had a good season. Not too bad from Chris Boucher. He averaged about, he averaged about 13 points, 7 rebounds, assists, and 2 blocks a game. That's not bad. And he shoots a good 3-point percentage. I think if he gets more minutes, he'll be a lot better and just improved all around. So he really turned his career around for sure from 2 years ago. So that's something. Next, I got Kevin Porter Jr. from the Houston Rockets. Man, the Cavaliers just gave up on him. That was the big mistake they made, because this kid is going to be a great player in the league. Not just for his team, in the league. And he just scores he just has a great game, beautiful game. But he averaged 16 points, 4 rebounds, 6 assists. Not the best efficiency, but he's still young. He got onto the team a little late. I think he's going to be great player. Let's see his odds to win. Wow, plus 900. So he's at the 4th best odds. That's crazy. But man, he's going to be a good player. Can't wait to see more about him. How he does with the new guys like Jalen Green, Alperen Sengun, plays more with Christian Wood. It's gonna be interesting. Houston's gonna be a fun team to watch. They're not gonna win a lot of games, but they're gonna keep it close because they have a lot of young guys who could score at will. So next on the list we got the Notorious Zion Williamson. Man, I think he has great odds to win just based off the fact that he's going to get even more of the ball in his hands because Lonzo Ball will be gone, and I think they'll play him more as a point guard, kind of like a LeBron type player. I mean, it's really hard to improve from 27 points, 61% from the field, 30% from three, 7 rebounds, 4 assists, a block, a steal, a block, game. Like, damn, those are great numbers. But I think he could do it. I think one of the ways he could improve is his 3-point percentage, and that will help him a lot and lead them to win games. I don't know how they don't make the playoffs with that team. I think they should. If they don't make the playoffs this year, it's going to be a big embarrassment. Big embarrassment. But Zion Williamson is at, I believe, plus 700 odds. So he's second best right now, tied with another person on the list. But we're going to get into my number 2, who is more likely to win. And that is Michael Porter Jr. Yes, Michael Porter Jr. This guy's a beast, man. I love his game, just a bona fide scorer. I think he's going to make the leap this year just based off the fact that he does play with Nikola Jokic, who's going to get him good looks on cuts, even just shots. Man, he averaged 19 points this year, 54 from the field, 44 from 3. That's great splits, man. I think he's going to be even better this year, especially in the beginning of the season because Jamal Murray's not going to come back right away. So he's going to get the ball a lot more often, be that second option, and just score at will. He's going to be great. He's at plus 750 odds. Third best, not bad. I think he should be leading in odds, but that's another story. Next, last but not least, the guy with the best odds, one of the best odds, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Man, he's going to be great for the OKC Thunder. I think he's going to take the leap and be an all-star this year. His stats were great. He only problem is he's not leading them to wins, which is hard. Doesn't have the most talent in the world, but 24 points per game, 5 rebounds, 6 assists, a steal, and a block a game. Well, almost a block a game. That's pretty good. I think he'll be a lot better in leading the team since he's made the playoffs before twice. So I think he'll be a lot better, and we'll see what happens. But he's my second leading in odds right now. If I were to put odds, but he will be a lot better, and I can't wait to see all these guys play. They all have great chances. Hope none of them bust and not have good seasons, but we'll see. So that's it. I think I'm gonna call it a podcast for today. Call it an episode. See everybody later. Next episode should be Wednesday. Not sure what we're gonna do, but I'll have something lined up and we'll talk about it. And see you guys later. Peace.